Italians, get ready to get your pitchforks out. That did not taste like tomatoes. That tasted like nectar of the gods. That tomato sauce.
Now he's just like...
No, I'm being serious. I loved it.
After like the 10th time of eating that pizza, I was ready to throw it against the wall.
We're gonna have to turn that off. I'm kidding. Welcome again, everybody, to episode 3 of the Wonderless Woman podcast. Undoubtedly, by now, your favorite podcast that's taking the world by storm. No, of course not. But anyway, I'm your host, Wonderless Woman, but just call me Noah. And this is your other host, your hostess, named Vanessa, that's right. If you guys are familiar with the channel, welcome back. If you've checked out the other previous episodes, welcome back again, where we actually just talked about our recent trip, a 10-day trip around the Greek Cyclades, or the Greek islands. But we're moving on to something a little bit different, but still in the same sort of area, which is going to be a debate podcast, everybody. No more Mr. Nice Guy, no more Mr. Oh, everything has to be happy and harmonious. We're getting to the controversial stuff, and we have some strong she has some strong opinions, guys, as you'll soon see in this podcast. But no, this is actually, spoiler alert, is going to be Greek food versus Italian food. A place or a conversation I think we have a good 2 cents to offer, because we've lived in Italy for a month, being digital nomads, traveling a decent amount around the country, not by any means like thoroughly, but through the south and some really interesting, cool destinations, trying out some of the local cuisine as much as possible, of course. And obviously, we just went to Greece for 10 days, so our memory of Greek cuisine is very fresh in our mind. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty, why compare Greek and Italy? There's a few different reasons. One, geographically, they're very close to one another. So like the Mediterranean kind of cuisine is a little bit similar, and we're going to try and talk about some dishes that maybe are a little bit similar to one another and see which is the better between the two. But the main inspiration for me, this isn't actually my own idea. No, I saw this TikTok about Gordon Ramsay, and he was claiming, have you seen this TikTok?
No, you told me about it.
He said he actually thinks Greek cuisine is better than Italian cuisine, and the Italian person I was with him when he was there was absolutely disgusted and couldn't believe that he would say something so, controversial. And after going to Greece and eating the food, I'm like, is there some truth to what Gordon Ramsay has to say?
That is not what inspired this video.
So what inspired it?
You were telling me about the TikTok.
Uh-huh.
And then my opinion was different than your opinion.
Okay, well, we'll get into that more once we actually get into the discussion. But no, I was curious, is it actually true? Is Greek cuisine actually better than Italian cuisine? Because that sounded kind of crazy to me. And so we're going to kind of do a versus, sort of like dish versus dish match, going for 5 different dishes from Italy, 5 different dishes from Greece that we think match up and pair up. Maybe they're like in similar weight class, kind of like a fighting sort of, you're following the analogy, and seeing which one comes out being the victor. And then we're going to go over all things considered and give you our final verdict, which food is actually better, which cuisine is actually better, Greek cuisine or Italian cuisine. And as you can see, Vanessa's representing Greece. Maybe you can't see, she's just wearing, I'm kidding. But she's wearing a little bit of blue on her skirt, and I'm wearing green, white, and red. Not that I'm necessarily representing the Italians, but it just kind of creates a cool little visual for you guys that are able to see, hopefully. Anyway, that's enough of an introduction. Let's get started. Our first matchup is going to be from the Greece side.
I'm supposed to know the order?
Okay. We're gonna. Okay. No. Okay. Well, let's make this more of a guessing game. I'm Italy. Lasagna versus
moussaka.
Yeah. Okay. Lasagna versus moussaka. Now, part of the reason why obviously it was controversial for Gordon Ramsay to say Greek food is better is because a lot of Italian food everybody knows and everyone loves. Because I don't need to introduce lasagna to you all. It's like a sort of baked dish casserole with pasta, red sauce, sometimes meat or vegetables. And what is that? It's like that kind of cheese sauce that's in there.
Parmesan?
No, it's not Parmesan. Parmesan can be on top, but man.
On the inside?
Yeah, and it's like ricotta.
Oh.
Yeah, so anyway, that's lasagna. I promise everybody. I did my research, I know. And then what is moussaka, Vanessa? Generally.
It's, I feel like it's like the same thing, but not tomato-y.
Yeah.
And without cheese.
And without pasta. Is there pasta in there? I don't think so. No, there's not. In moussaka, there's no pasta.
I thought the bottom layer and the top layer were pasta.
No. So she's not wrong. That is moussaka. It's also like a baked dish, sort of in a casserole. It actually has bechamel, like kind of like a cheese milk sauce on top. There's eggplant usually in it, and there's potato in it, and sometimes like minced meat, and that makes up the casserole. So yeah, it's essentially just like lasagna, no pasta, no red sauce, but the potato and eggplant gives like a similar sort of pasta texture, I think.
So is the potato the bottom layer?
Yeah, and the eggplant's on the top usually, or just underneath the bechamel. So.
Wow.
All right, so yeah, that's lasagna, moussaka. Love them both. What are your thoughts on these dishes?
I think I like lasagna more.
Yeah, okay, me too. Lasagna for me, everybody has to take the cake. Or
they're both good.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like, oh, this one's by far, but well, I don't know, because we had our lasagna in Napoli, which is like they have the best tomatoes.
Yeah, well, lasagna comes from Napoli.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
It was,
okay.
So like we had like the best possible lasagna.
Yes.
But we had moussaka.
Where does moussaka come from?
Comes from Greece. I don't know which city or island, but that's the cool thing about Greece. Is like there's a lot of different regional food, I'm sure. And but no, I enjoyed every single moussaka we had.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think for me, just the tomato and the cheese just takes things just a little bit more rich and like depth, more of a depth to the flavor profile.
Yeah.
Where moussaka, it's like really hearty. I love it. It's still rich and full of flavor, but just missing that little extra. So
I feel like I've never had a bad lasagna, but I have had some like not as flavorful moussaka.
Yeah, that's true. We had one. It was on Paros, the place right by the water, where they gave us a vegan moussaka, and it was not as good as the other one. It was okay.
What do I remember this?
That's where the little beggar girl came by. If you haven't seen that,
yes,
then check out the previous podcast episode. But yeah, I definitely think lasagna takes the cake for all the reasons said, and like I've had always like lasagna almost always is good unless it's like frozen, like crap quality. Yeah. But I've had lasagna that's like life changing. To be honest. In Naples, oh yeah, that was one of my favorite things we ate there. The lasagna in Naples was life changing.
No. The Pepe one that we got in Rome, that one was life changing. But
that's not lasagna, that's pasta.
I know, but that's like an example of a life changing food.
I think lasagna was up there for me. You just don't like tomato sauce as much as me. So, okay. Anyway, this is a debate about Greece versus Italy. So first battle done, moussaka. You were a very brave and valiant competitor, but lasagna just had a little bit more in its arsenal, you know? It had a little right hook that the moussaka couldn't block, you know? No. So that's the first round. Okay, so next round, we're moving...
Wait, we should have like a little thing to keep score.
I have it in my head. We have 5 rounds.
I'm a visual person.
Okay, well, maybe I'll put it up there for you guys, in case you guys are visual people too. So anyway, the next matchup, we're going for more of the side dishes. We're going away from the mains to some sides. So there are 2 sides I'm comparing. They're not like for like comparisons, but hey, 2 different cuisines. I do the best I can. On the Italian side, I'm doing bruschetta, not bruschetta. You know, I'm a little cultured Italian, so I try to pick up a little bit of what you guys lay down, which is just generally speaking, what I've experienced is a nice quality of Italian bread, maybe like a ciabatta or focaccia or something, with some sort of like thing on top, whether it's going to be tomatoes or it can be like an olive like tapenade, some sort of like vegetables. I think even like avocado toast is essentially like bruschetta, but with the avocados. Well, not avocado toast, but like that kind of nice bread with avocado on top. It's like a version of bruschetta, or bruschetta. Sorry, guys. So there's some variety there. Most people think about it with like a tomato sauce on top, sort of thing, you know. But it's more of just like the idea of a dish. Like a sandwich can be a variety of different things. So that's bruschetta, as you guys know. And what is it going to be paired up against?
Grape leaves.
Grape leaves or dolmades?
Yes.
Or dolma?
Yes.
Which, can you just describe those very briefly to me?
It is the best thing on the planet.
Okay, well, Mrs. Oh, that's not life-changing.
It's like, well, grape leaves, but on the inside you have rice, and you can have it either warm or cold, and they're...
You can put other vegetables and stuff inside them too.
But usually it's just rice.
And what's the flavor profile like for someone that's never had it before?
It's hard to describe.
Okay.
You tell me.
Okay. Yeah, so I think dolma generally, the rice is a little bit flavored, but it's not like too in your face. but the like grapevine that goes around it, it has this like fresh but a little bit acidic taste to it that makes it zippy, and
but
it feels like they
like
it feels like they always put like lemon juice over it too, which
like
gives
juice, or I thought you said they put olive oil.
Oh yeah, and they put olive oil on it, which makes it oily, but in a healthy way, in a really nice way. So it's a like. Do you have anything to add?
I don't know. I can't really. It's like such a weird food. I don't know.
Well, yeah,
it's hard to describe it, but it's so good.
Yeah, no, it's just like some fresh rice, put some olive oil. Feels like there's like lemon juice on it, and the grape leaves keeps it together like it's, I don't know, like not a taco, but like a little like spring roll, but it's like soft and fresh and not like a crunch, but there's like a sort of textured feel as your teeth go into it, but it's not hard or crispy.
It's so simple but so flavorful.
Yes, so simple, so flavorful. You can dip it sometimes too in different sauces. A lot of times in Greece they'll serve it to at tzatziki to dip it in. You can even dip it in like hummus if you're, because it's also like Middle Eastern origins, which is like really cool about Greek cuisine. It's like Mediterranean from this part of Greece. It definitely has blurred lines between like Middle Eastern cuisine and European cuisine. So anyway, you guys have an idea of these two dishes now. I really have no idea where you stand on this one.
Me?
So, yeah. Well, what, if you had to pick one, bruschetta or grape leaves, what would you
Grape leaves without any hesitation.
Without any hesitation, really?
Without any hesitation.
Okay, and why is that?
Because it's so freaking good, and I feel like bruschetta. Sorry.
She didn't even try. She knew it in mind.
Yeah, I know.
She's
I'm like, it's not that good.
Never?
I've never like been like, this is delicious. I've just always been like, well, it's on the table. I'll eat some with some bread.
Yeah.
But grape leaves, I could eat those every single day. Multiple times a day.
Yeah.
Any quantity. Anything less than 4, it's too little.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Vanessa on this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, because
I was not expecting that.
this is one where the simplicity of grape leaves makes it perfect. Like for the other one where like moussaka is just missing a little bit of that extra depth that lasagna has. This one, grape leaves is what it is. It's not trying to be anything too much. But for me, the really nice grape leaves are the one where it just tastes really fresh with some olive oil, not too much, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of lemon juice, and it's just a nice appetizer. Really tasty.
I would have that for like my main dish. Just give me like 15 right on a plate. I'll eat them.
If I had some other sides
but
too, I would need like something else besides just grape leaves, but I could definitely snack on those like crazy.
I don't know if I need anything else. But
it's like sushi, kind of. Where it's like just really small, handheld, and you just keep on going with them in that aspect.
Maybe. I don't know.
And the seaweed kind of gives like, it's kind of like how seaweed is for sushi. Not the same flavor, but the same like feeling of like there's some texture, but it's not crispy, but it's still kind of soft with the rice. You know what I mean? It has a like textured layer on the outside for like a sushi roll. But anyways, we're getting sidetracked.
If you like did, okay, sorry.
No.
No. I think I prefer them warm.
Me too.
But also, like, when they're cold, it's really refreshing.
Oh, yeah, on a hot day, too.
But when it's warm, I'm like,
Yeah. I think with bruschetta, there's more variability. I think if I had a delicious bruschetta with, like, some fresh, warm Italian bread from the oven and a delicious, like, topping, then it would be really nice. But I do think I prefer my Italian bread, like, in sandwiches, or just, like, some butter on it, or maybe with, like, some pesto on it, you know? I think like bruschetta isn't my favorite way of having Italian bread. Whereas like grape leaves, they're just perfect for what they are. They're not my favorite food of all time, but they like hit the spot for being an appetizer, and they're like always really good and always really solid. So I have to concur. So right now, Italy won, but that was the heavyweight battle. The Italians won. No, we had the little welterweight or featherweights. You know, the appetizers going head to head, and
I'm surprised that you said that though. Because it makes sense for me, because I don't love tomatoes.
Then why wouldn't lasagna be your favorite? Or why would, you know, so. Also, if I agree.
Because lasagna has so many other things, and cheese.
Yeah, no. So.
Cheese changes everything.
No, I do agree. Like, if grape leaves were on the menu versus bruschetta, I think most time I would order grape leaves. That's the first two matchups. We're actually 1-1. So, guys, who's going to win the total, you know, all the cards for the fight night? We'll see. But we have our next matchup, and this is the super heavyweight category. For me, these are like the two mainstays of each cuisine going head to head. From Greece, or from Italy, I'll go Italy, you do Greece. from Italy, la pizza. Say no more. This is like every American's favorite food in the world. People from the Western world in general are obsessed with pizza. Even people from like Asia are like, yeah, I love pizza. I F with that. So what is going head to head with pizza? Do you remember?
A gyro?
Yeah, which is the iconic Greek food. And what is a gyro or souvlaki, which they're kind of the same thing. But what are they? How do you describe it?
It's kind of like a wrap, but with like thick, it's like pita.
Yeah, Greek pita.
Yeah.
Not like the Arabic pita.
And then it's filled with like veggies, and you could put meats in there, and you could put fries in there.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's usually like a tzatziki sauce, right?
Yeah, tzatziki.
Tzatziki.
He's running for mayor.
What is it?
Tzatziki.
That's what I said.
You said tzatziki.
I didn't say tzatziki.
Roll the tape.
Did I?
But anyway, yeah, no, you're right. And yeah, typically the vegetables are going to be tomato and onion. Tzatziki sauce, what you said, and yeah, kind of like meat, sometimes like greens. But yeah, that's the general idea. And they fill that boy to the brim as much as they can.
They do.
And they freaking like take like duct tape to keep it together. Not duct tape, but they wrap it up in this like parchment paper just to keep it from falling apart. Which I think, to me, that's the most iconic Greek food. And it's also something you eat with your hands. There's bread involved. And pizza's the iconic Italian food. It's not an exact like for like, but you guys see where I'm drawing the comparison, hopefully. The two most iconic. They both have bread. Anyway. So let's take a minute and let that simmer in because this is high stakes.
Take these next few seconds to think to yourself, what is the best out of those two?
Yeah, and because when you guys are doing this, please let me know down below. Do you agree with our thoughts, our takes? Do you have a different choice than us? Because, hey, this is all subjective, right? And with this one, I'm going to give my hot take, which... Actually, I want you to guess my take. Which one do I prefer? I really don't know if you know. If I
know that when we were an athlete, you loved the pizza there. Mm-hmm. And you just look, because we would always get the, what's it called?
Marinara.
Because
we're,
and you didn't get sick of it.
Another huge disclaimer, we're vegan, everybody. So our experiences with these different dishes can vary due to the actual meat eaters. But yeah, I had only pizza with red sauce.
But also, in Greece, at that one place, you loved the gyros so much that you got another one. Mm-hmm. But I still think your pizza.
Hey guys, give it up for Vanessa. You saw right through me. That's exactly it. No, It's a really hard decision. But if I just have to ask myself, if I could only live with eating one more food in my life, it'd be pizza. Maybe that's some bias. No. Like between those two. Not like if I had to choose one more food only. I'm saying, no, if you could only eat souvlaki or pizza again in your life, what would you choose? I'd have to choose pizza. Maybe it's because I'm like heavily westernized.
Marinara pizza?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think so.
Because if you're in Italy, that would be the only pizza you could get.
I know. That's true. Maybe that's kind of like... But then again, but then we had that really nice like focaccia pizza in Capri. That was really good. Like the deeper sort of...
The square one?
Yeah, like focaccia bread.
At the bakery?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really nice.
That was amazing. That's where it becomes more difficult, actually, because souvlaki has more going on, obviously. But you can still put, like, toppings on it. You can still put, like, cherry peppers or cherry tomatoes.
I saw olives.
Yeah, olives. Some Italian pizzas throw some of those toppings on there. But Italians, from my understanding, really like to keep things simple. It's only America that we get crazy with, like, the toppings and the creations and, like, take things up to the next level because that's just kind of our culture. But yeah, I'd still have to go pizza, but it's... If I give pizza in like Italy, for me, like the best is a 10 out of 10 food. That's like some of my favorite dining experiences in my entire life. I'd give like my favorite souvlaki like an 8 to an 8.5. So it's really good, but it's not making that like masterpiece top like culinary experience level that pizza hit. But anyway, what does Vanessa think, everybody, as I wrestle with my food problems?
Your opinion or
No.
opinion?
What's your opinion?
Okay, well I guess seriously, you guess mine.
If it's strictly Italian pizza we're talking about, because I think I know what your feelings are for Italian pizza versus pizza in America, everybody. Italians, get ready to get your pitchforks out. But I don't think you were like obsessed with souvlaki. I think you liked it a lot and you had some ones that were really good, but I don't think it ever like was one of your favorite Greek foods you had. So I'd still probably edge it towards pizza for you. Am I right?
I actually don't know. I don't think I like love either.
Okay, so then let's just look at its greater influence on the world. If you had to choose pizza in general or gyros in general, what would you choose?
American pizza.
We're gonna have to turn that off. I'm kidding. I know. I told you, everybody. I know it was coming.
Okay, well, like
Detroit style pizza, probably.
So good.
Detroit style pizza is
Which I didn't even know was a thing until we started traveling. I think it was to Portland.
Yeah.
And they like advertised Detroit style pizza, and I was like, what the heck is that? But
We-
then I found out it was a deep dish.
We live 30 minutes from Detroit, and we traveled across the whole country just to get Detroit style pizza. But it was amazing.
It was so freaking good.
Yeah, and then the focaccia style pizza in Capri, it's like Detroit style pizza. It's like a big, like, artisan sort of puffy bread, and it makes the crust amazing, and if you could make the pizza in Capri and put like some cheese on it.
Pizza.
You can make the pizza? If you could take the pizza in Capri, the flatbread pizza, and put some cheese on it, I think that'd be like peak.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's still
I would
amazing.
100% say pizza.
But yeah, what are your thoughts on souvlaki? Because you haven't really even told people how you feel about that dish. Like, in your experiences eating it.
There were some of them that were really good, really flavorful. Everything just like blended so well. But then there were some that I felt like either lacked flavor or they were like kind of dry.
Too many vegetables.
Yeah, like a little too healthy. But
Yeah.
the ones that we had with the fries,
Yes.
those ones. Well,
I think almost all of them had fries in it that we had in Greece.
no, there are some of them where like the fries are so important. If they're like stale fries,
Oh, yeah.
it's gonna change the whole thing. But
There was-
the ones that we had in Ia, those fries are fresh.
Also, we had really good souvlaki in Naxos. Remember that place that had them for really cheap? Where they had one with like a veggie burger in it, and then you got the falafel wrap too. There was one with the veggie burger in it that had the fries in it. We had the Coca-Cola that day too, remember? It was the one where it was like super casual outside seating. We were sitting right by the water.
Yeah,
It's called
that's
the
the one I'm
souvlaki.
thinking.
You're talking about the one in Ia.
Yeah, but when I pictured the other
Okay.
one, that I pictured that one.
Okay, you weren't registering. You seemed like I was speaking like Japanese to you or something. You're like,
Because I forgot what island that was, but I
I
remember
know.
the restaurant.
Too many dishes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we agree now. Yeah, so this really hasn't much of a debate
But I
between
didn't
us.
tell you about the pizza.
Oh yeah, hot take about Neapolitan pizza.
Yes.
Take it away.
Stop hitting me.
No. I just for the Italians, I'm striking back.
The first time that we had Neapolitan pizza, I was like, oh, okay, this is good. Like, it's very like fresh, and like the ingredients, you can tell it was like good quality ingredients. After like the 10th time of eating that pizza, I was ready to throw it against the wall.
You want to rephrase that?
It was just so it's one. First of all, you get a whole pizza to yourself.
Yeah.
So, and like if you eat it with your hands, people are looking at you like you're crazy. So you have to use a fork and a knife. And by the time you got to the second half of the pizza,
Yeah, you're a
it's
slow
cold.
cutter. Yeah.
And then I'm like,
And
it's
then
just bread and tomato sauce.
yeah, because we couldn't get cheese and different toppings on
Yeah,
it. So that
I'm
probably
sure
would
if
change
there was like
things.
a variety, my whole opinion would change. But because we could only get that one type of pizza, I was just like, okay, are you sure you want pizza again, Nova?
I'm always sure. All right, so Italians, when you come storm the beaches of America to take our heads, remember, I love your pizza. Neapolitan pizza, I can eat that stuff every day. I thought it was delicious. And one of the beautiful things about Italian cuisine is they just love the ingredients, like making sure it's like the best source stuff possible. And I can taste that in every bite. Even though it's just tomato sauce, that did not taste like tomatoes. That tasted like nectar of the gods, that tomato sauce.
Now he's just like,
No, I'm being serious. I loved it. And like the bread, like the way it was cooked in the oven, had a little bit of like that black sort of like scorched, how it was like soft in the middle, almost like not soupy, but kind of like wet. I think it was absolutely amazing. And like the little garlic and olive oil. I like it more than American pizza, I promise you guys. So anyways,
he's lying.
no, I do.
Nah.
Cheese is great, but
Do you like Italian pizza more than the pizza we had in Portland?
if people, if someone said you can only have one more pizza, oh, it's so hard because they're almost like different dishes.
That's why I said American pizza.
I know, but American pizza has more variety too. If I just looked at Neapolitan pizza, it says like you can only have one more pizza in your life. I feel like, I'd have to flip a coin between like Portland pizza and that pizza in Naples.
What?
Yeah.
Absolutely no way.
Okay. Well, anyway, let's move on. Fast. Now we're moving towards the rice dishes because people know Italian food for having rice or whatever. People know Italian food for having like pasta and pizza. There's more to Italian cuisine than just pasta and pizza. we're going to move to Italian, the Italian dish, which everyone knows, called risotto, which is a rice-based dish. Normally it's cooked and it's really rich and creamy. You could throw like vegetables in there, some different like herbs and stuff, and it's hearty. It's really popular and tasty. I've tried it in Naples and I really liked it, but that's going to be paired up with the rice dish from Greece called... Or you can just say what it is until you
Yeah,
Greek name.
the stuffed pepper, the stuffed vegetable.
Yeah, it's like a stuffed pepper, stuffed tomato. It's
Tomato.
called gemista. That's the Greek word for it. Or gemista. I think it's gemista. I think that's how the Greeks say the G's. Anyway, and then yeah, just briefly tell us what that is. You told us, like literally, but feeling, taste-wise, what's it like?
Taste-wise, well, let me just say this. I don't like tomatoes, obviously, because I've said that multiple times already.
Mm-hmm.
But this dish doesn't even taste like tomato. I don't think.
Yeah.
And the rice is like, I don't know, it's so simple again, but so flavorful.
It's like they put some herbs in there and they flavor it somehow, but I don't know what they do to it.
It like melts in your mouth.
Yeah, it's like soft and yeah. We only had it once.
So which one do you pick?
Me? I'm sorry, Italians. This one's not even a contest. But I will preface this. We did try only risotto once at this restaurant in Naples. And risotto, I think it's more of a northern Italian dish. So a lot of like the food they probably specialized in were going to be the tomato-based dishes that come from southern Italy. So maybe I could have like life-changing risotto somewhere else that's like not vegan or made in a different way that's vegan. And we only had one gemista actually. So this is actually pretty fair.
Yeah.
It's like a 1-for-1 comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no contest. I'm sorry. I give the gemista like similar to the souvlaki, like an 8.5. And I give the risotto like a 6 to 7. Whereas like I liked it. If I was craving it, I would definitely order it. But it was one of the more forgettable things I tried in Italy, to be completely honest.
Yeah, to be honest, I remember eating it because I have photos. I don't remember the flavor. So that's telling me it wasn't...
It was creamy. They had like a nice... It was beautifully presented.
Yes, it was really pretty.
Yeah, and I love food in general from like all cultures. So I'm very rarely gonna rate something like lower than a 5.
Yeah.
Because for me, 5 is like average. And anytime I try something new, I'm always like really excited. So it always tastes better than average to me. And I don't really have risotto that much. So it's still really good. Or better than average, I should say. But it didn't like hit my like top list of foods that I'm gonna like dream about from a travel or from a trip. So.
Yeah. But also like, I guess going off what you just said, nothing that we've had is nasty. It's all good. We enjoyed all of it, except for like my 10th pizza. But other than that, everything was good. I'm not like, what is it? Like trying to say like, oh, this is disgusting. Never try it. Everything that we mentioned, you should definitely try. Definitely,
couldn't agree more. And also the thing about gemista is we only had it at one restaurant, and it's probably like our favorite Greek restaurant we ate at. Like everything from there slapped.
Yeah.
The dolma, the grape leaves slapped. We tried something else, which I'll talk about later on in this list. That was really good. And just the way that this was prepared, it was our first time trying it, and it was like, if you ever bit into like a tomato or like a cherry tomato when it's like raw, you know, it's like really like hard and kind of like squishy and juicy.
Yeah.
It was like dehydrated because it was cooked in the oven, and like as soon as your teeth bit into it, it just like fell apart. It was like super soft, where you don't get that, because that's what you don't like about tomatoes. When you bite into it and it like explodes, it's very So anyway, so that was like a one-hit KO that first round. So now we're actually done with all 4 categories, or 4 out of 5 of the little matchups, and we're 2 for 2. Greece and Italy are tied. So this is the potentially game decider. There's going to be some like, I guess like style points and other things we're going to I don't know, incorporate into it after this. But the final matchup, we're moving on to the sweets category, because desserts are important. We love sweets. We have a huge sweet tooth. And there's definitely different things we could compare. But I think the most apt comparison would be tiramisu is one from Italy. Everyone knows tiramisu because Italian food is so popular in America. It's like you have ladyfinger cookies and you have sort of like a ricotta sort of thing on top. And then it has like a heavy like coffee and like espresso flavor as well.
Coffee?
Yeah, for tiramisu it has a coffee flavor to it. Okay, well.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember having the tiramisu we had? It's like...
Not coffee, like cocoa.
They have put cocoa powder in it as well a lot of times too, but it definitely has a coffee flavor. I think they use a little bit of like espresso and then they throw it into, I don't know exactly what part of it, but it's definitely infused into it, incorporated into it.
Interesting.
So that's tiramisu. You guys have probably almost definitely tried it before. But what is the Greek counterpart that we're going to compare it to?
We're using ravani.
Yeah. I guess you choose baklava too if you wanted. Because that's like...
Did we have baklava?
We had it. I had it in Athens.
Oh, but we didn't have it on the islands.
No, but we can still... What do you want to do?
Baklava, I forgot.
Did you want to do ravani or baklava? What do you think is a better comparison?
I think ravani.
Okay, we'll stick with ravani. So what is ravani then?
Ravani is like... well, we had like 2 different versions of it, I think. So I think more of the traditional version is like a cake. Like
a yellow sponge cake kind of thing.
Yeah, and then they put like simple syrup and stuff on top of it. What else did they put on top of it?
I'll switch to the motorbike. Oh. Because I know you guys can't.
You're really thinking.
I'm trying to freeze frame it. Well, usually it's pretty simple. Yeah, they just put like simple syrup on top of it and you eat it with a fork. You can also like...
Wasn't there something in there crunchy?
Like coconut on top, like shaved coconut. I think they put on top of it. Or almonds, maybe. I think shaved almonds. Yeah. Okay. One of the two, like some sort of shaved nut or coconut thing. But yeah, I mean, you can dress it up to be more fancy if you wanted, which we had one time. Yeah. We had cream and fruit, which was really good.
Yeah, in the other version that we had, it was like the sponge cake, but it was like split into like, it's like they chopped it into pieces, and then they put like this like whip. Kind of like frosting, but not quite frosting.
It's like a whipped heavy cream.
Yes.
That you can add on top of pie.
They put fruit in it. What was the fruit though?
Peaches? Something like peaches. I don't know if it's exactly peaches. Or apricot maybe? I think it was apricot.
Aren't those like the same basically?
No. So anyway, okay, so you guys get an idea of the different characteristics of these desserts. So if you had to choose tiramisu or ravani, do you want me to go first or do you want to go?
It doesn't matter.
You go. I always go first.
Oh, okay. Ravani.
Really, ravani?
Yeah.
Tiramisu for me. So, and I just think similar to like lasagna and moussaka, I think tiramisu just has a little bit more going for it for me. There's just a little bit more like, but for me, tiramisu. Hold on. Oh, sorry. You can go.
Is it? No. Which ravani are you comparing? Because they are the same, but I feel like they're very different.
Both. I think they are like the outcome is different, but I think the quality of the actual ravani was pretty similar between like the restaurant and the bakery we had it at. I just think combined with everything, because ravani I think of it as being like a really beautiful high quality canvas because it's a nice cake and it's kind of like full of the analogies today. It definitely has a really good flavor. The cake is nice and soft, and like the simple syrup, it's sweet, but it doesn't have like a strong like sub flavor, you know. So I think it's really nice. You can even eat it for like breakfast, honestly, because it's not like too in your face sweet, or it's sweet, but it's not like having chocolate cake where it's something super rich. I guess I'm thinking more light, even if it is sweet.
Yeah, I would say it's light.
And it's like a blank canvas. It's like tofu, not tofu, but you can easily add things in there to make it a little spicy. Not literally spicy, but a little bit like spiced up. Flavorful, yeah. Jesus. All right.
Okay, so tell us your opinion on
tiramisu?
Yes.
I think tiramisu, there's a ton of variability. I think like tiramisu in like America versus tiramisu somewhere in Italy, it's like night and day. The tiramisu we had at the same place we had the lasagna, I loved it. I thought that was amazing. Amazing. Like, I still don't think it's my favorite dessert just because like there's like such a like a wide variability, but I think it was amazing. Like, it was like cakey, the quality of like the ricotta and like the coffee flavor, because like Italians make really good like espresso and stuff. I think everything was just like such well put together, and it's like an explosion of flavor in my mouth. Where I really liked ravani. I think it was very versatile and delicious and tasty, but it's just like moussaka. It's like a little bit missing something, that flavor punch. That's all.
That's interesting because that's how I feel reversed. Like
really?
That's how I feel about
tiramisu?
Yeah, tiramisu.
Okay.
Like I feel like it was like it had so much potential, and then I would like take a bite and it would just kind of fall flat.
No, I get that, but was it true for everyone you tried?
Well, we tried it at that one place in Italy.
Yeah,
and then I think I've only had it like by your mom in the U.S.
Yeah, that's what's tough with some of the Italian cuisines. Is like you also have to incorporate like your own experience having outside of Italy. Where like all stuff in Greece, we were trying there for the first time. So we only have like the best version of it in our mind.
No, because we had tried grape leaves here before.
True.
Italy. We also tried, what is it? Didn't we try something else?
For the first time?
Here before.
Oh, a lot of stuff in Italy we tried for the first time. Neapolitan pizza is pretty popular. Lasagna everyone's tried. Bruschetta. Spaghetti. So on. Okay, so we're going to have to... This is a tie. Because I think tiramisu is better. Personally, you think ravani's better. At their peaks, for me. So, I have an idea how to make this tiebreaker up.
I have an idea too.
Okay, well, you tell me yours.
Coffee.
Coffee?
Yeah.
Well, that's an easy one for me.
That's an easy one for me.
Okay, let's get into it, guys. We're extending the debate a little bit. I already know where this is going. Italian coffee is way better.
Greek coffee is way better.
Sorry, I don't like to like sift through my teeth to get coffee grounds out after I drink coffee.
Okay, but like at least Greece offers like cappuccinos.
So
not cappuccinos.
Lattes?
Lattes.
They do offer cappuccinos in Greece. But you know where cappuccinos come from? Italy.
Do you know where they taste better? Greece.
Nah, the cappuccinos in Italy were amazing too. Remember that one we had at night that kept us up all night? Those cappuccinos, which we had with those like croissants or cornetti?
That one tastes good
that
because all the other ones taste so bad.
Well, because you had espressos. You don't like coffee, so you're not gonna like espresso. I had I had Greek coffees, small, which is like akin to espresso. Espresso's so much better, and you don't have to pick up the grounds out of it. And then when they add more water to like make a double espresso, it's still really rich. When I had a double Greek coffee, it tasted like someone made a Keurig cup of coffee after not replacing the cake cup for the 5th time. I'm sorry, Greece. I love you so much, but your authentic like Greek coffee without milk added, it just doesn't do it for me. It's okay, like just a normal small, but I think Italian's better.
To be honest, I don't think anyone does espresso good because I don't like espresso. But
you like the American coffees that are all caked up and dolled up.
But cappuccinos, Greek, I
do like Greek cappuccinos a lot.
Yeah, see?
But Italy's still better, I'm sorry.
What?
But say your piece.
No, it's like a perfect blend of like tastefulness and sweetness. Where Italy is just like no sweetness at all.
Yeah.
And in Greece, you can like customize your sweetness. Like, do you want no sugar? Do you want a little bit of sugar? Do you want it very sugary?
Yeah.
In Italy, they're like, take it like this, and you're gonna love it. And if you don't like it, then
well, yeah, Italians
then you're a disgrace.
As well, I'm joking around with you guys, like wanting to kill us, are very proud of their cuisine and like how they should do it, and like which is really cool. It makes it like a unique experience, but yeah, they're very this is what it is, and we know best because it's our food kind of thing. So yeah.
They also had the what is it? Like a frappuccino.
Oh yeah, frappe.
In Greece.
Yeah, frappes.
They don't have that in Italy.
Yeah, and one thing that is kind of cool, but also like not cool, is like not being. It's funny, but one of the main ways they drink coffee, especially in like cities like Naples, is the bars where you just go and it's like a stand-up counter.
Yeah.
But I think it's like a super cool and unique experience and a great way to like see people and like kind of like be in this like dynamic atmosphere where instead of where you go to a cafe and just like sit down in a quiet corner and drink your coffee, which I do really enjoy. So that's kind of like a negative and a pro for like the Greek, the Italian coffee drinking culture.
Yeah.
But it's still really cool to have like that difference.
I do like that like it's not accepted to leave with your coffee because that kind of forces you to be in the moment. But also, if I need coffee and I'm like in a rush,
but people there are very fast. Like the people there, the counters are very quick. They get you quick. You can down your espresso and then leave. So it's very like if you like espressos, but you don't. So.
And then like a cappuccino, you can't just like down that really fast. You want to enjoy that.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I do like enjoying my coffees, which again. The way we're able to drink it in Greece, we're able to sit somewhere nice in the sun with a nice view, drinking our coffee. So I really enjoyed that. But just overall, like coffee quality, I think I prefer Italian coffee. But so we're at another standstill.
Okay.
I have a symmetry breaker. Well, it's 2 for 2 with the last one tied, but I have a symmetry breaker for this.
Okay.
For me, the dessert that blows them both out of the water was the baklava I had in Athens. I was obsessed with that.
He was
obsessed. If you guys don't know baklava, it's kind of similar to how grape leaves are like a Middle Eastern dish that's like heavily prominent.
I have one.
Okay, actually, I know it's gonna be. We'll get into that. I read your mind. Let me see if I read it.
Yes.
I knew it. I knew it.
Oh, you whispered so good.
Sorry, I looked a little earwax on that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so baklava, it's similar to, if you're thinking like a strudel, how it's like layered and like flaky. That's how a baklava is. But on the inside, their teeth just like sinks through every layer when you bite in. And it has pistachio in there, which I love pistachio nuts. They're delicious. And then like similar to ravani, it's like soaked with like either honey or like a simple syrup. Obviously the vegan ones we had was not honey. And I think it's better than ravani. When it's warm and heated up in the microwave and like it's nice and wet but not like soggy, and your teeth just sink. Oh, I love that so much. So good.
So what was the point of you bringing this up?
Well, this could add towards Greece because this is a Greek dessert that to me wiped the floor.
I see.
But speaking of sweets, gelato. That's Vanessa's. That was what she was gonna say, because obviously Italians invented gelato, but it's really popular in Greece as well. And which one do you think had better gelato?
The Greeks do it better.
Italians. For me, I think Italians had better gelato. I think so, personally.
I don't agree.
Okay.
And you're wrong.
Okay. Well,
I'm kidding.
honestly, we can edge this now. We'll tell them what gelato you really liked. But let's cover that for a second.
In Greece we got chocolate gelato and strawberry gelato.
Yeah, in Santorini.
Oh, and we got
pistachio.
Yeah.
In Athens.
And we had pistachio in both.
Yep, I think I liked pistachio gelato more in Italy.
Greece.
I think I liked it more in Italy better. But when I had it in Athens, I was pretty full already. That was like when I was like trying to have my last like time to have dessert, and I was like, I'm full, but I really want to eat this, so I'm gonna eat it anyway.
I think I liked. So when we were in Italy and we got pistachio, and then I got, what did I get? Like a lemon?
No. That was in
That was in Capri.
That was in Positano. We had vanilla and lemon in Positano at night before we left.
Oh.
This was in Rome at the station.
Rome.
There was that little food court. Remember sitting out there, hanging out and checking it out before we caught our train back to Napoli? That little food court at the station. We were trying to figure out if we could like sit down or not.
Yes. Yeah.
That's where I got pistachio gelato.
Yeah.
And it was delicious.
It was good. But I do
think
I like Greece more.
Okay.
The pistachio there.
That's fair. I really enjoyed the pistachio in Greece.
Yeah.
But for me, that was a life changer.
Chocolate in Greece?
I like the chocolate in Italy better.
Ah.
Sorry. I like the
we
strawberry.
We didn't try strawberry in Italy, did we?
But my favorite was the strawberry.
The strawberry was, oh my god.
Santorini.
It makes my mouth water. It was so good.
Yeah. So that might be a tie too for gelato.
Crap, okay.
So I think the baklava for me, I think I have to lean towards Greece. And you're fighting for Greece in all these categories, so I think if you give it to Greece for this last one, edge to Greece. But, so that's the cards. But there is still, for me, more things to incorporate. Because it's such a close battle, as you guys can tell. It really is like a worthwhile question. What is better, Greek or Italian cuisine? So for me, there's a couple of things I have to think about, which are the notable foods that didn't have a direct matchup. Do you have any that come to mind?
The pasta that I got at Buddy's.
Yeah, so
It
Rome,
was like
just
something. It was like a white sauce.
Pasta alla
spit
Grecia.
dip. Oh.
Pasta Grecia.
Oh. Okay.
Pasta alla Grecia.
That was so freaking good.
Yeah, that's one thing we didn't talk about at all. All like the pastas were red sauce based. They have like the white sauce pastas from Rome. There's like 4 of them. There's carbonara, cacio e pepe, pasta alla Grecia, and I'm forgetting the last one.
Fettuccine Alfredo.
Nah. But it's the same kind of idea, honestly, where it's that super rich, creamy, a little cheesy sauce. And that's where I'm going to get to with this. That's like a great example. Which cuisine has those foods that have been like life-changing? Or like some of my favorite foods I've ever had in my life. Not just like which wins the matchup, but which ones have like the ones that stand above. Mm-hmm. Even if it isn't quite like the best for the total battle. So that's one, the Grecia.
Yeah, I can't lie. That one was so good.
I agree.
We got it 2 nights in a row.
Yeah, it's my favorite pasta I've ever had.
It was so good.
Yeah.
And we haven't had anything like that good for like
from your
pasta
yeah.
since.
Well, the one in Rome was really, or Korea was really good too. But that's for another video. That's for another video.
That's very true.
Yeah, and also like as you know, in Italy, pasta is al dente. It's not like completely soft and cooked, which I personally don't quite prefer as much as like the soft, gummy American pasta. But even that being considered, it was my favorite pasta I've ever had. Yeah. And I know you agree.
Yeah.
So that's a great example. Another one was if we're talking about like pastries and kind of stuff, there's one we had from Greece that I love. That we had at the airport. The pastry.
At the airport?
Yeah, in Athens.
In Greece. Oh, the spinach
Pie.
Pie.
I think it's called spanakopita.
That was
But
really
spinach
good.
pie. That was like a life changer for me.
That was surprisingly good. Like I was like, oh, spinach pie, alright. But no, it was so good.
Yeah, it's like if you had like a triangle shaped like croissant with that kind of like layered fluffy pastry filled with like spinach. But cooked spinach, and it's so much better than it sounds.
Yeah.
So delicious.
It
and
sounds so healthy, but it honestly, it's so flavorful. It tastes like naughty.
Yeah, exactly. And it's great to have with a coffee, because sometimes you have a coffee and you have something really sweet and you're like, I feel sick, like I need to lay down. Because I have too much sugar and caffeine together. But it's like a perfect pastry for the morning with your coffee. And it can also be filling later in the day because it's also savory.
Yeah.
So I guess something I would compare for Italy, not that we're doing the head-to-head battle, but just to like balance the books, is sfogliatelle. Do you remember that? That's the one we had in Naples that I tried desperately to find, which is like a local pastry.
Is that the one that tastes like alcohol?
No, that's
Oh.
baba. We're not even going to mention that. Even the fact that Italy even has that should make them disqualified from this contest.
Now they're gonna come.
No, I know, but people know I don't like that. If you've watched my Things to Do in Naples videos, which if you have, thank you. But anyway, those are the ones that had like that nice little filling, and they're like really pretty, and they were at that bakery where I like went there like 5 times to try and get it, and they're not individually
And
wrapped.
it's like powdered.
Yeah, powdered on top, and they had like that nice like filling that
Okay.
had like, I think it was like a sweet ricotta kind of filling.
It kind of looked like those little donuts, like
Oh, kind of.
like round.
Normally they're supposed to be like flaky, and I think they're supposed to look like seashells. That's what they call them, sfogliatelle.
Oh.
But these ones,
We're different.
do you know what I'm talking about?
I remember the bakery. I am like picturing it in my head. To be honest, I wasn't like
Blown away.
blown away by anything at that bakery, except for the chocolate. They had good chocolate,
Yeah.
didn't they?
Yeah, I think I'd rate it like an 8 out of 10 personally. I think it was amazing, but or really good. But it's not my favorite thing I've ever had. But I really enjoyed it. It was sweet, but not too sweet. It was like kind of shortbready. Another one that'd be good to have with coffee. That's not like overly sweet in the face.
Yeah.
Anyway, another one from Greece. Well, unless you have something, I just have a bunch in my mind that
No,
I'm like
you go ahead.
in the bullets in the chamber.
Okay.
The giants beans in Greece.
Ah.
I never talked about that because we didn't have any like Italian sort of bean-based dishes, so it wasn't a
Yeah.
good comparison.
Yeah.
But that was up there as
so
one of my
good.
favorites.
That was like my first time, like ever having anything like that. Like I wasn't like, I felt like we didn't even come prepared to try that. Because usually you have like an idea of what you want.
Yeah.
Like to try.
It was just on the menu and we decided to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was just by chance, and it was so good.
Yeah. It's the name suggests, it has this massive white beans and this sort of like tomato sauce with olive oil and a bunch of like herbs and like dill and vegetables, and it's so good, so fresh, so tasty, hearty but salty, and all the herbs.
Yeah.
That was really delicious.
So good.
Yeah. And then lokomares from Greece, those little donuts that we had, which are kind of like if like Timbits kind of, or like if you were to have an actual whole of a donut and eat that with just like some sauce on top. We had those in Athens, remember?
Oh.
Yeah, those were mid.
Yeah.
If you're craving something sweet, I would eat them.
But we went. I was so freaking full.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I don't want to put anything in my mouth, but no one wanted to go, so we went. They're okay.
Yeah.
It's like fair food, I think.
I agree, kind of fair food, but yeah, not my favorite donut thing. And then I think this deserves a mention.
What?
Just Italian bread in general. It's
I
just
was
delicious.
literally thinking in my head bread.
Okay.
Stop pushing
Sorry.
this.
Sorry. Come on,
Jeez.
pillow battle.
Anyway, Italian bread is killer.
Yeah,
it's so good. And like, you don't even have to go to a fancy bakery. You can literally go to like a grocery store and get the bread there, and it's like they have so many different kinds and that you can select.
It's like you're going to a bookstore.
Yeah.
Like a big bookstore, and they have like these little shelves you can pull out. Like, I'll take some of that bread. I'll take some of this bread.
Yes. Like you can tell. Like, what's actually kind of funny is that a lot of the grocery stores are like only Italian food.
Yeah,
Which I'm
exactly. Small international aisle, but everything else, it's like pasta, sauces, breads, produce. Yeah.
But since there are so many different bread options, it's like what?
No, keep it going. You just made me think of something really good.
Oh no, I'm just saying they love their bread, and it's good.
Yeah. And that's kind of like one thing I want to add. It's like some of my favorite meals I actually had in Italy, which were things I made. That's why I'm patting myself on the back because.
Why would you say that?
No. Hold on. Let me hold it back because like people say things like if you really want to have like amazing Italian food, you got to find like a grandma's house and go over there. because also like you can get really good ingredients at the grocery store compared to America.
Yeah.
Where like also if you buy there, it's like, how long has this been sitting in a can?
Yeah.
How old is this? I was able to go to
process is this?
how process was this? I was able to go to like Italian bakeries or Italian stores, get amazing fresh bread, which I didn't make. Get amazing pesto off the shelf, which I didn't make.
That was vegan.
Amazing vegan cheese, which I didn't make. And I would just, like a dummy, just put these stuff together. And I'm not saying I'm a culinary genius, I'm joking. But I'm saying you can make really good meals from the store just because the quality of the ingredients there are really good. Also, a lot of times I bought gnocchi from the store in like a bag, and that was really good. It's like restaurant quality just from the store. Whereas you get that from America, it's like, nah, you might as well just try and make it yourself at home. So that's a really cool thing about Italy is you can make really good food because at the grocery stores they have really good selection and quality of ingredients. So all that being considered, do you have a clear winner in mind, including like the battles, the matchups, the highs, your favorite foods you've had? What's your winner? And you can just go with your gut. We don't have to. This is just hard. Feelings now. It's hard.
It is. I don't know, because there's so many like. I feel like there's so many highs for Italy, but so many lows. Where Greece, I feel like it's like more consistent of like goods. I
love where this is going. Keep it going. But I agree. That's why.
That's it.
Yeah, for me, it's a simple question. If someone said Noah, if you could have one more meal left, and it could be Italian or Greek, and it could be like your favorite Italian meal you've ever had, or your favorite Greek meal you've ever had, I choose Italy. But
it's because of Buddies.
Well, it's because Buddies, or for me the pizza or the lasagna. For me, that all it's like Or someone's like, no, for the next month you have to only eat Italian cuisine or only eat Greek cuisine. I choose Greek cuisine because there's more variety. It's more simple. It's probably a little bit more healthy too.
Yeah.
And you like there's like beans in a lot of the dishes that we had, which I know Italians have beans too. But I think there was like more simple and easy to like balance those dishes. Where you would get really sick of red sauce after a long time, or you get sick of like pasta.
Yeah.
Where Greek, I think there's a nice variety there.
No, I think I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's exactly how I feel.
So there you have it, everybody. That is the ultimate battle, the Mediterranean mega weights, Italy, Greece, the cuisine head to head. Do you guys agree with our takes? Let us know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys. I need some water. Yapping all that. And so that's kind of put a pin in our Greek related travel stories and podcast related content for now. But if you guys like the controversial sort of topics, next episode, we're getting into unpopular travel opinions and takes, which I'd really be curious to hear you guys' thoughts on as well. So we're looking forward to that episode, everybody. Thanks for listening or watching or both. And we'll see you more on the Wanderlust Woman channel. Peace.